Are you interested in having fun in ham radio and doing it under a pound? Stick around, let's talk about it. So I don't know if you caught it or not, but on Josh's Saturday night live stream after chat about 3 months ago, he brought up a kind of a proposal, a challenge that he wanted to put out there to people, and that is to use, in this case, a POTA activation around doing an ultralight QRP setup. And so essentially, and it doesn't have to be a POTA activation, it could be a SOTA activation, or just getting out there and having fun. But using the concept of making 10 contacts, and out of those 10 contacts, one needed to be at least a voice contact, one needed to be some form of a digital contact like FT8, and another one would be a CW contact. And the goal was to do all of this, take everything that you need, excluding a couple things and more of the logging or compute device, but the actual radio to get on the air, antenna, everything that you need to do this, and do it all under a pound. Well, I took Josh's challenge to heart, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what we're going to talk about today is what am I going to do that? And one of the things that Josh used was the True SDX radio, and I just actually happen to have one right here. I don't know if you guys have, I haven't put any videos out on this, but definitely if you follow me on social media, GraymanPOTA, Gray, the American way, GraymanPOTA. If you go there, you can find links to all my social media and everything. But I've been out on POTA activations where I'll pull this radio out and set it up using FT8CN on my Android tablet and making contacts. And somewhere, depending on the input power of the radio, I get between 5 and 7 watts. This is a 5-watt QRP radio, and it's a pretty good one. Is it the cleanest or best radio on the market? Absolutely not. But is it fun to use? Absolutely so. The point of his challenge was to take everything that you would need to get on the air to do those 3 objectives: voice, digital, CW, and 10 contacts. If you're at a SOTA activation, whatever it takes, I believe that's 4 contacts. But the point of it was to just go and get out and do something and put a little bit of challenge behind it. So that's what we were at. So obviously the radio, with that radio, you're going to need something to power it. In my case, I have the 850 milliamp. What is this? This is a S. I think these are the S3 lipos, but there's 3 of them in here for 11.1 volts, which will power the radio. You can actually power the radio off of the USB port. It's not going to give you 5 watts. It'll be something less than 5 watts. But I got the battery. Obviously, I'm going to need some form of an antenna, so I've got about 65 feet of 26 gauge wire here for an infed half wave. And I'm going to use Adam's K6 ARK's QRP infed half wave kit. So if you're interested in learning how to build this, stick around to the end. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes. So I'm going to use that as the antenna. And the True SDX does have a built-in microphone and a built-in speaker. They are not the best in the world. Speaker-wise, if this is sitting down on a table or whatever, you can hear the speaker without any issues. The microphone, you're going to have to get your mouth close to it. So because of that, I wanted to go ahead and I'm also going to build the K6 ARK portable mini microphone too. So got all of that. And the only other thing that I would need in my pack would be a on-the-go cable, so I can connect my Android tablet to the radio to do the digital portion. 2 things that Josh said that wouldn't be counted, or would be, once again, you're some kind of a computing device for you to do the digital. And then the pack itself, I've got a fairly lightweight. These are just bags I've picked up at a conference, pouch to throw junk in for your laptop bag or whatever. So, and everything will fit in here. So the big thing obviously is to keep this under 1 pound. So we're going to go ahead and just weigh it real quick. Let's go ahead and bring in the high-tech digital Amazon Basics scale. Nice scale, by the way. I had to replace the one we had, and fairly inexpensive. So There you go. So right now we're obviously at 0. And to go ahead and start off the radio is 5.2 ounces. Let me actually just slide that up a little bit more so we can get it on screen. So we're at 5.2 ounces with the radio. If we add the battery, that takes us up to 8 ounces even. So 1/2 of our kit is right there on the scale. Next, probably the heaviest thing is the winder and the wire itself. And that brings us up another 3 ounces to 11 ounces on the nose. And then the other 2 items that we would need to do this would be our transformer for our antenna, which brings us up to 11.7 ounces, and our microphone kit. And that puts us right at 12.5 ounces. So 12.5 ounces is everything I need to get myself on the air and make some contacts. Now, the only thing I am missing is a small key, small kind of a traveling key or something like that. I have got the parts, Adam, K6ARK, and I'm going to put links to his stuff and all this down below. Adam has got a printables file that you can download to make a small portable key. And it's got a BOM, a bill of materials of some small stuff that you can buy. I believe it's all you can get it all from Amazon. Some connectors, springs, screws, a couple magnets and things like that, where you can build a small key. Doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be smooth, just needs to work. Worst case, you can actually use the microphone and use it as a straight key. So there you go. The point is to make the contact. I mean, if you're an avid CW operator and you wanted to do all CW as the majority of your contacts, by all means, bring an appropriate key that would work good for you. The one other thing I forgot on here is the on-the-go cable. So that brings us up to 13.2 ounces. So I'm 2.8 ounces short of being a pound. I think we're going to have some fun. So with that all being said, I'm going to get out of here, start working on this. If you are interested in learning how to build the K6ARK QRP kit, check this video out right here. And until we have an opportunity to speak on the air, 73, my friends.